Hello, today I'll be demonstrating a web application that I've developed which will be used to manage annual leave. As you can see on page load, you get the usual username and password, and as soon as you log in you'll get transitioned into the dashboard page, which has relevant information like how many hours the user has used, how many hours they have available to book, any requests and any upcoming leave. Moving on to the calendar screen. Now this is a screen that will be used by all employees to book any holiday that they wish. You've got some handy bits of information on the left as well again. First off, the amount of hours available and the amount of hours used. You can flick back and forth through the month, so if I go next month I'll go into May, if I go back a month I'll go into April. Obviously if you go back into March everything's going to be grayed out because that's in the past. Going forward, let's see if we can change the months as well, so we can select specific months that we want to go into. So let's go to December, back end of this year. Once that's in, automatically go into December. As I said earlier, you can sort of continue to flick back through the months. This will go back into January. But let's get back to the current month, which is the 4th, and see if we can get some holiday booked here as well. So handy bits of information here again is you can see how much hours are available / minutes are available on that day for me to book. As a default, every employee a full day's sort of allocation is going to be 7.5 hours, so as soon as I book it, 7.5 hours will come off the available and go into used. Obviously there's not 7.5 hours available on these days, so it looks like the last day of the month is the only day I can book off. So let's get that one booked off, click book, and once it's booked in it'd highlight green to show that's gone through successfully. As I'm currently logged in as a manager, we do have the option to adjust the amount of holiday that's available on each day. This can be done through the allocation screen. So let's say for example you've got a particularly important project that needs to be delivered, let's say mid-month by June. The manager itself would go in, select which days that they want adjusting. So let's select the whole week. Stick in the amount of time that you want to adjust. So let's say we want to increase the allocation by 60 minutes. You've got the option, so all of these will increase by 60. 12's gone to 13 hours, or we can also decrease it. But in this case, we want to make sure we've got all our employees available. So let's set it to 0 here. And once that's set, we just hit submit, and as you can see, the week has updated for that period. Just to skim over it quickly, there is this request screen. No current requests here, but any employees that make requests for holiday that isn't available will go through this screen. But I will go to some detail in this shortly. But let's go over to the team screen. So this will display any employees that are under the current manager. As you can see, there are 4 employees under this manager, and it will display any holidays that that specific employee has upcoming. So you can see Jim's got a couple of holidays next month in May, and Jane's got a few in December. There is a little bit of text as well to show how much hours that the employee has available left to book. So in the case of Azia, he's got 15.5 hours left to play with, and he's got no upcoming leave. While we're on the subject of Azia, let's see if we can get him logged in as a basic user and get some of the remaining holiday he has left used up. Same sort of dashboard prompt as soon as he goes in, but as you can see, he has a lot fewer tabs available, so he's missing the team and the allocation screens that the manager has. So let's go into June. If you recall, this is the week that the manager sort of blanked out a week due to an important deadline. Azia has around two and a bit holidays left to book here, so let's try and book the 11th, which will go through fine, and let's see what happens when we try and book the 14th as well. As you can see, great, the 11th went through perfectly, but because there was no holiday available on the 14th, he is stuck in the queue for it. At this point, he can send a request directly to the manager. Let's say in this instance he's already booked a long weekend abroad and needs it approved as he's already paid for the ticket. So we'll just pop that in. Let's say please can we approve? Please can you approve? So you can send that request in, and once that's requested in, the screen will pop up and show that it's pending. As you can see now, he's only got sort of half a day's, well, essentially 30 minutes left to book. Let's see if he tries to book a full day. Let's see what happens. As you can see, it means that he'll actually owe the company some time back if he tries to book this. So once he tries to book it, it'll come back and say, look, you've got an insufficient amount of holiday available to get this day booked off. So you can go in, say, look, okay, that's fine, I can cancel this holiday as well, or we can go back and cancel the 11th, but let's not do that. Alternatively, let's try and get those 30 minutes used up. So we can go in and book a custom holiday as well. So let's say he just wants a little bit of a longer lunch, and let's say he does it 12:30 to 1 o'clock. Gets that in, 0 hours available. Once he books that in, you can see a custom holiday has been booked in between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. Now if you go over to the requests, you can see he's previously had 3 requests approved and 1 which is pending, which the current one he's requested. Does have the option to cancel the request on the holiday through here, but he's currently requesting a response from a manager. Now let's log back in as his manager, see if any of the requests come through, and see what we want to do about whether we want to approve or decline that request. Looks like there's 2 requests that have come through. Looks like there is one from Jane and another one from Azia, which is the 2 requests that are pending. In this case, let's see if you want to approve the request. Hit an exclamation mark there, and let's get that approved. Now let's confirm that whether that's gone through using the team tab. As you can see, he's used all of his holiday now, and he's got 3 days booked, the 11th and the 14th which was overridden, and the custom half an hour as well that he's got booked. And with the request, it should be just Jane remaining, with one he's just recently approved as well. With that, I'd like to thank you for your time, and goodbye.